If you have even so much as a passing interest in modern horror, then you've probably heard of the legend of Slender Man. This creepy being is said to be a faceless man who stands 7 feet tall with abnormally long arms, dressed in a black suit and tie. The Slender Man is found within deserted and derelict locations, such as deep within forests, run-down remote houses, and even graveyards. He remains still and dormant, often hidden behind walls, waiting to ambush his victims. These victims are often, but not exclusively, children and young teens. But what lies behind the legend of Slender Man? Where did it come from, and how has it influenced people in the real world? In today's video, we pull back the curtain and explore the spooky mythology behind this strange entity with 7 facts you didn't know about Slender Man. Slender Man is said to have come from ancient mythology. Figures that resembled the appearance of Slender Man date back to 16th century Germany, where reportedly a tall man with no visible facial features would kidnap children in the woods. This figure was, at the time, known only as the Tall Man, or der Grobman, a scary German folklore aimed at keeping children from entering the woods alone. However, in actual fact, Slender Man, as we know him today, was born from internet message board Something Awful. Purportedly the creation of Eric Knudsen in 2009 when he posted 2 photos of Slender Man to a thread on Something Awful called Create Paranormal Images. Knudsen's images contained a brief write-up of the Slender Man mythos, which then went viral and caused thousands of other users to start posting their own Slendy pics. A creepypasta followed and the rest is history. Slender Man is more than just a paranormal being. He is also said to possess magical abilities. These magical abilities differ depending on the accounts we listen to. However, common traits are said to be selective invisibility, the ability to change his arms into tentacles, the ability to change his height, anything from 6 foot up to 15 feet, and even the ability to grow tentacles from its back. Along with these recurring abilities, Slender Man is sometimes said to have psychic abilities too, as well as mind control powers. With such magic, he can then influence people's actions, as well as teleporting about to track his targets undetected. To explain how Slender Man and his various abilities came to be, the internet has created many different explanations. However, there are 3 common theories shared by fans that are frequently referenced when trying to explain how Slender Man does what he does. These are the quantum theory, a theory based on science with foundations in quantum mechanics. This theory states Slender Man is a physical being, but one which can act as a single quantum particle, therefore being able to control probabilistic wave functions, and by doing this, place himself at any point at any given time, hence his ability to teleport. The core theory, which suggests Slender Man is a fictional creation of the internet, then willed into existence by the collective human mind, and now actually existing in our own reality as a thought form. And the pseudoscientific theory, which proposes that Slender Man is in fact a trans-dimensional being from another realm, and as such is not able to be explained by modern science as we know it. These theories are incredibly complex and in-depth, and show the crazy lengths Slender fans have gone to in order to explain an urban legend. Since blowing up in 2009, there have been many video games developed around the Slender Man character. The first of these being the simplistic free-to-play Slender the 8 Pages, which became an internet phenomenon after being played by popular YouTubers such as PewDiePie. The most polished of these games is perhaps 2013's Slender the Arrival, which contained a story written by Marble Hornets. Marble Hornets were a group of young filmmakers who created an incredibly popular web series based around Slender Man, which ran for 87 entries over a 4-year period. You can check them out in the description below this video. In addition to gaming media, Slender Man was also the subject of several films, including 2012's The Tall Man, starring Jessica Biel, the excellent documentary Beware the Slender Man from 2014, and an upcoming major motion picture known as Slender Man releasing this year from Sony Pictures. He even made an appearance in the TV show Supernatural. As mentioned earlier, Slender Man favours children when stalking his prey. He is said to have a mysterious connection to them. This is because Slender Man uses children as his proxies and puppets, as their minds are easier to manipulate and control. These children can carry out Slender Man's bidding via his infiltration of their minds, and he is also said to target them because it takes longer to nurture their fear. A fear Slender Man feeds off constantly. However, this connection Slender Man has to children has influenced people in real life in tragic and terrifying ways. A recent incident involved two 12-year-old girls, Anissa Weir and Morgan Geiser, who led their friend Peyton Lutner into the woods and attacked her. Luckily, Peyton survived and her two assailants ended up being tried as adults for their horrific crime, despite their young age. The two girls stated the attack on their friend was an attempt to prove their loyalty to Slender Man, who they believed was real. In their twisted minds, killing their friend would allow them to become proxies for Slender Man and gain his protection. Another chilling story comes from an unnamed child who attacked her mother with a knife while wearing a white mask. Her mother stated she seemed like she was possessed and was obsessed with the Slender Man character at the time. Throughout history, we have learnt a great deal about human evolution from ancient cave paintings. Creepily, Slender Man appears to bear an uncanny resemblance to many of the figures depicted in this artwork, especially if we take a look at cave paintings discovered in Brazil. This cave art dates back centuries, some as far as 9000 BC. In some of this art, Slender Man is even seen to be holding the hand of a child. But perhaps the strangest thing about Slender Man is that he terrifies so many people in real life. This is odd when, despite some uneven reports and evidence of similar creatures existing in ancient stories, art, and folklore, we know Slender Man was very likely simply the result of some clever photoshops and a spooky creepypasta. Despite this, he has become what many describe as the first great myth born out of the internet. This is because Slender Man has become so embedded in our pop culture that he is almost palpable, in the same way urban legends such as Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster are believed by many. Numerous articles and topics exist online from people who have a phobia of this mysterious being. Some even believe they are being watched and tracked by him. Stranger still, there even exists reported found footage of Slender Man which people have captured on their video devices and then uploaded to the web. So maybe these are fake, or maybe there is some truth to the legend of Slender Man after all. And that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, remember to give this video a like, leave me a little comment down below, and of course subscribe to this channel for more horror related content, and I will see you on the next video.